Iran announces that they are suspending talks with the United States. Iran has announced it is suspending talks with the United States, according to Iranian state media. Officials say the move comes in protest over Israeli military operations in Lebanon. Iran's foreign minister accused both the United States and Israel of bearing responsibility for any resulting consequences. He stated, "The ceasefire between Iran and the U.S. is unequivocally a ceasefire on all fronts. Its violation on one front is a violation of the ceasefire on all fronts." The announcement comes amid escalating tensions across the region. Lebanon has received its first evacuation warning for Beirut from the Israeli military, specifically targeting the southern suburb of Dahieh. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Israel Katz previously indicated that military operations would expand to include strikes on Beirut and the Hezbollah-controlled area. Until recently, Israel had largely avoided direct strikes on the Lebanese capital. A limited number of attacks were reported on May 6th and May 28th, targeting senior Hezbollah figures. Analysts say pressure from the Trump administration had previously contributed to limiting operations within Beirut itself. Most Israeli military actions had been concentrated in southern Lebanon and the Bekaa Valley. However, the latest evacuation warning signals a significant escalation in the conflict involving Israel and the Iran-backed Hezbollah movement. Following the warning, videos emerged showing residents fleeing Dahieh in anticipation of possible strikes. Lebanon has already experienced widespread displacement during the conflict, with more than 1.2 million people reportedly forced from their homes due to Israeli attacks and evacuation orders. The expansion of military operations into Beirut is expected to add to the humanitarian challenges already facing the country. U.S. efforts for talks continues. Diplomatic efforts continue despite the worsening security situation, with discussions focused on reaching a broader ceasefire agreement. Lebanon's president reiterated on social media that negotiations remain the only viable path toward ending the war. He emphasized that diplomacy should not be viewed as a sign of weakness or surrender, acknowledging that progress would take time but insisting it remains the correct course of action. The president also condemned the continued exchange of hostilities. While criticizing rocket attacks launched from Lebanon, he argued that Israel's repeated strikes, rising casualty figures, and expanding military operations inside Lebanon also represent violations of the ceasefire framework. According to the Lebanese leader, these developments are making diplomatic progress increasingly difficult. Meanwhile, U.S. officials report that Iran launched 2 ballistic missiles toward American forces stationed in Kuwait. Both missiles were intercepted successfully. The incident comes as Iran formally suspends talks with Washington in response to Israeli actions in Lebanon. Security analysts continue to monitor the implications for regional stability and ongoing diplomatic efforts. Iran, using what it has as real leverage, could close other straits. Security experts say Iran continues to retain multiple forms of leverage across the region. In addition to its influence through regional proxy groups, Iran has highlighted its ability to affect global shipping routes. Officials have warned that they could once again close the Strait of Hormuz and enforce a blockade. Over the past 3 weeks, the United States has assisted approximately 70 vessels through the strategic waterway, a sharp decline from the more than 100 ships that typically pass through each day before the conflict intensified. Iran has also suggested it could disrupt traffic through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a key maritime choke point near areas influenced by Houthi forces. Such a move could significantly affect shipping routes connected to the Suez Canal. At the same time, reports indicate that Iran has been restoring access to underground missile facilities, where analysts believe roughly 1,000 missiles may still be stored. According to security analysts, Iran is signaling to Washington that it possesses substantial leverage and is unwilling to back down from its demands. Tehran continues to call for an end to Israel's expanding military campaign in Lebanon. As Israel prepares possible strikes on what it describes as Hezbollah strongholds in Beirut's suburbs, analysts say Iran's suspension of talks may be an attempt to influence or deter those military plans. Whether the move succeeds remains uncertain, but it marks another escalation in an increasingly volatile regional conflict. That's it for now. See you next time. And remember, you just found out